What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I'm very happy to be back here. Sunday's 12-hour live stream was absolutely fantastic, and I had a blast. I don't know what's going on today, though. I am low energy, kind of dragging butt. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've just been doing too much, or I'm just adjusting to being alone in the house, and that's messing with me. I don't know. If you guys don't know, I'm alone all week, and it's weird. It's really weird. But how's everybody doing? Now that I'm with you guys, I can feel the energy just, ramping right back up. Thank you to the notification squad for jumping in here right away and being here early. I do appreciate it. I did eat a little while ago. I ate, I don't know, like 40 minutes ago. Adventure Kids, hi. I haven't seen that name before. What up? I know some people were asking questions already. I think Sam had a question about playing HalfLife Alyx for $550. That's going to be a tall order, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So how's everybody doing today? Kim, it's okay. You missed the stream. We had a lot of fun. We took a nice tour of VR. We did Rec Room with SoulFox. I met a bunch of people in VR chat, which I have a much greater appreciation for. I actually have something funny coming from VR chat. It's gonna be on Grumpy Duck's channel. I don't want to spoil it, but it should be pretty cool. I'll just give you a little hint. Get over here. So that should be pretty cool. So if you don't know Grumpy Duck, go subscribe to the dude, and I'm showing up on his channel like this week. Yeah, we did a lot of cool stuff. I had Anna Byrne on for mixed reality content creation, which was fantastic. I love her. She's great. And just all in all, it was a great day. And you guys hung out for so long, so it was great. Yes, next week is the Oculus gaming event. I think we're going to get an announcement for Lone Echo 2. That's my expectations. Then they'll probably mention some projects that are further out. And we'll probably get some other surprises like, games being ported over. So I think the rumor right now is Resident Evil 4 is coming to the Oculus Quest. We'll see about that. But I think in the near future, we'll get like one or two exciting, bigger titles. And then, once we get into like past the year mark into year 2, year 3, things should really ramp up. I don't have class today for some reason, so I'm here instead. Well, cool. Awesome you don't have class, and I'm glad you're here, so that's all that matters. Hey Kim, how you doing? How you feeling? I like saying hi to you. I hope you get to 100K one day. I hope so too. Are you getting the 120 hertz? So everyone's gonna get the 120 hertz when you get version 28 on your Oculus Quest. That's something good to talk about today. Guys, by the way, if you don't know, if you're new here, which I doubt, these Wednesday streams are usually on Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch, because I don't think I'm going to keep doing these here on YouTube. I think it does impact my channel numbers. It does throw some statistics out of whack. So if you're not following me on Twitch, you should be, because you might not, see these in the future. I know obviously the response is generally a lot bigger on YouTube for me when I go live, but just follow me on Twitch already. Do I have keys left after the 12-hour stream? I have 3 people who didn't collect their keys, and I'm trying to get in touch with them. But I always have keys left over somehow. Everything's okay. I'm alone because my family went on a girls' trip. My wife took the 2 girls, the neighbor, a friend, their daughter, sister-in-law. They all went. Too much estrogen for me. They went away at spring break. I stayed home to hang out with you guys. I hope you appreciate that. Is VR good? I love VR. I absolutely love VR. It's my primary source of gaming these days. But again, I don't think it's for everyone. We can get into that conversation too, but let's, before the stream started, I was putting 90 hertz on Quest and playing Beat Saber. So let's discuss some of the announcements that came out for version 28, which is upcoming on the Oculus Quest. Personally, everyone's going crazy about these updates, and It might be an unpopular opinion, but I think this update brings nothing except the potential of fixing my freaking Quest. My Quest is crap right now. In version 26, my Guardian went to complete hell. It's, you know, bouncing all over the place. Tracking got a little wonky. Version 27 tracking got better. Guardian got a little bit better, but my games are stuttering. I don't know if you saw my clip on Twitter, but I can't play In Death Unchained. Like, it'll work fine for 2 minutes, and then I'll get like a 10-second lag spike. And I'll just be like everything locks up, and I'm stuck for like 5 to 10 seconds. And it does this like every 1 to 2 minutes. And it's really frustrating. And I'm seeing this in other games too. In Death seems to be the worst example right now. But my Quest has gone to crap. So I'm hoping version 28 will fix it, or I have to factory reset. That's the state of my Quest right now. As far as the new updates coming, I just read the comments. I did have a shortage of estrogen. Giant penguin. It's funny. So you must have been around a lot on the live stream. That's when I was eating. I was talking about, I was taking garlic and stuff like that. And I was talking about my overall health. And I mentioned my low estradiol levels. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So glad you were paying attention. But that caught me off guard, the comments. But let's see. Well, Grumpy Duck. Fancy seeing you here too. I was actually talking about you already. I didn't spoil your upcoming VR chat video, but I gave the chat a little hint. Mepper, what's up? Hi, all. So I have a low-end computer with Windows 8.1. Last night I was wondering if anyone's out there still using Windows 8.1. I don't know why. Installing Steam VR, but keeps saying please plug in your headset. That's a little frustrating. Oh, so Steam VR won't install because you don't have a headset in. Did I miss previous comments? What headset are you using? Everything like that. I'll try and follow along. How long did it take you to recover from the 12-hour stream? Honestly, I went to bed almost immediately after it. And I felt really weird because listening to myself talk for 12 hours long and being on camera for 12 hours, I had this really like weird paranoia sensation, like I was being watched, because for 12 hours in the day I was being watched. And the fact that I stopped talking, everything was so quiet. So I had a lot of trouble going to sleep, but I woke up at 5 a.m. the next day and I was back to normal. Yo, what up? What up, Mateo? That's me. What up, yo? Let's see what's going on here. So guys, as you know, you guys make the content. I try my best to answer all your questions, but sometimes they're too fast for me. I do my best. Grumpy, you better do a great job on that video. Okay. Have you tried Quest Mixed Reality Bug? What? I am not familiar with a Quest Mixed Reality Bug. But I really do hope version 28 fixes my stuff, because my Quest is going to get punted out the window. You know if the features in V28 are only Quest 2? So I know Airlink is only Quest 2. Everything else I'm not sure of. OG Quest I don't believe is getting Airlink. Uh, 90 hertz, but I tried and it didn't let me using SideQuest. 90 hertz is enabled only on a per game basis. So if the developers enabled it, it works. That's how it works. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Kim. What computer specs do you use to play PCBR? I have two different setups. My main one is a 9900K Intel i9 and a RTX 3090. So it's an overkill machine. I work in IT, so this is where I spend my money, and technically these are like tax write-offs because I work from home, so I use these for my job. Well, your basic job, you can't do that, but I have extra income like this that I can use this against my taxes. Doesn't bring down the price a lot, just means I can buy these things without having to pay tax on them, technically. That's what a tax write-off is, in case you guys are wondering. Let's see. So that's what I use. I have a Quest 1 and a Quest 2. You can see them both in the background. Quest 1, Quest 2. I was so confused why you're arguing. Turns out I had YouTube stream and Twitch stream open. That'll do it. When does the new update come out for Quest 2? So, Chris, the updates come out on a rolling basis. So, you might have it like in a day, or you might have it in 3 weeks. It just randomly rolls out to different people in case there's some crazy bug that they want to make sure they don't push it out to everybody at once. This is, that's pretty standard in deployment schemes. Lately, their updates have been horrendous. Like I said, version 26 and 27 have just brought nothing but hell to my headset. I don't care about these new features. I want my headset to work. Do I think the Quest 2 is worth it? If you're looking to get into VR, it is the most versatile and lowest, price. It's a good introductory experience overall. It's a solid product. As much as Facebook pisses me off, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a great product for getting into VR. Let's see. Job and gaming at the same time. Okay. Guardian can be forced to be used while in game. Anything dark in color in VR can become pass-through view. Mixed reality. Okay, that's kind of cool. 3090 is like so overkill. Yeah, I mean it is. Yes, I did update the BIOS on my 3090. But when did rebar support come? Because I updated the BIOS, I don't know, like 2 months ago. My Quest 2 is giving me hell. I haven't turned on my Quest 1 in God knows how long. You got the Quest 2 update already? Awesome. What is the best game for PCBR for you? Hold on one sec. I feel like I have a sneeze coming. I don't want to start talking. The second I get into explaining the best game, I'm going to sneeze. I know it. From like an objective level, HalfLife Alyx is the best game. It has the best graphics. It's the most compelling and feature-rich game, story, everything. I could go on and on about HalfLife Alyx because it's just incredible on so many levels. But there's tons of other great games out there. I love Vertigo Remastered. Blade and Sorcery is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's top title. Boneworks, I really, really enjoy. I know some people give Boneworks crap. Star Wars Squadrons, I loved. I thought it was absolutely stunning and an amazing experience in VR. I'm drawing a blank. Like I said, my head's slow here, but there's a ton of Saints and Sinners is really good. Yeah, Saints and Sinners is just like it never gets old killing zombies. There's a lot. There's a lot out there. Is it worth it upgrading from a Q1 to a Q2 now? So the difference between the Quest 1 and Quest 2 isn't huge. But I think within like a year, Quest 1 support is going to start to get dropped. So you're going to see games coming out that are Quest 2 only. Don't quote me on that or quote me on that. What do I care? That's my opinion, and I think it's going to happen. What VR headset did you start with? I started with an OG Vive, and I've had 9 headsets since. I think the Rift S is better than the Q2 for PCBR. Mike, I would kind of say yes on that one. Lower latency, visual quality comes out to be about the same. The only thing on the Rift S is like freaking scuba gear. The FOV is really small, but you run into a lot less issues. The Quest, especially after V27, a lot of people are having link issues. Maybe because they were working on the Airlink and they just want to, like screw everything else. Forget the regular link. Forget the people who bought a $7 cable. Forget the people who bought a $20 virtual desktop application. Let's throw this in now and just, be done with it. All right. Yeah, I just want my Quest to work. I'm asking for too much. I'm way behind on the chat, guys. I'm going to do my best to catch up. I apologize. Skivo, what's going on? Okay. Is Boneworks good? I love it. Rebar comes with a driver update. Okay, so don't have to worry about that. Twice the price for 15% the performance, Onikaze. Yes, but when you get reimbursement from your technology for work, why not? That's the whole thing. That's why I have a G9 and I have an RTX 3090. So when I could go to my company and say, hey, listen, I'm working from home. This is my technology expenses, and they pay for it. Why the hell not get a 3090? Otherwise, I would have got a 3080. Heard Quest 3 might be coming out. I mean, they've already said they're working on Quest 3 and Quest 4. I'm trying to speed this up to catch up on all the questions, guys. I'm way behind. They said they're working on them. We'll see. Give it a year. We'll get an announcement. Your motherboard needs rebar support 2. So MSI Z390 boards. Okay. Well, I'm building a new machine in 2 weeks, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Let's see. Don't forget about Alyx mods. Yep, the mods, the BioShock mod for HalfLife Alyx. I was talking to the developer yesterday. It's fantastic. He has more stuff coming out. Let's see. Drew, what's up? PD, what's going on? Welcome. So I'm like 3 minutes behind on the chat, guys. I apologize. We're gonna speed this up. Okay. Have you tried Free Company? No, I haven't. Going ahead. You know your channel name is Italian name. Is that your real name? I am Italian, but I go by Matt in real life. Matteo is like family grandma name for me, but I go by Matt in real life. Yes, I know it's Italian. I speak a little Italian. Un poco, ma non bene. But yeah, I know it's an Italian name. Italian ancestry on both sides. All right, we are catching up. What's the best way to clean your lens? They include the little terry cloth. Just wipe it, go from the center, start in the center, and work a circle out. And your lens should be pretty good. Hey, my current headset is the OG headset. I mean, it wasn't super comfortable, and it didn't have included audio, and the resolution was too low, and the screen door effect was horrendous. But besides that, I liked my OG. Oh, and it had terrible one controllers. Okay, it's a terrible headset. Moving on. Have you played Lone Echo? Yes, Lone Echo is excellent. Lone Echo is really good. I'm excited for the second one. Yes, I'm thick. He has multiple names. He goes by multiple names. I'm skipping the Quest 2. It's slightly sort of better than my Rift S, but if you have Wookie, if you have no interest in standalone, there's no reason to go from a Rift S to a Quest 2. Absolutely no reason. Okay, so about the Oculus Quest mixed reality bug, Mystical has a video about the AR and Beat Saber, so if you need more details. Okay, I gotta check that out. Mystical puts out a video every 30 seconds, so it's impossible for me to keep up. I was lucky enough to get a 3080. I didn't need a 3090. For sure, no one needs a 3090. Rock, what's going on? What's up? Welcome. No one needs a 3090 again. I get reimbursement from my company for that, so that's the only reason why I'd go to that level. Usually I'm at this point right now, I'm kind of like, oh, I want the best type of stuff because I can afford it or write it off or whatever the case may be. But historically, I've always been, what is the best performance you can get, versus the budget. So price per performance. That's what I used, that used to be my biggest concern. All right. What's going to be in your new system? To be determined. Which game would you recommend to somebody who is just getting into PCBR? So, Mike, I actually have a couple videos on this. A lot of people might recommend the wrong titles for you. They'd be like, oh, you just got into VR, get PopulationOne, get Onward. They might, they have some of these, get Pavlov. They're all great games, and I recommend you do eventually play them, but some people have a strong sensitivity to motion sickness. I don't recommend you start off with anything that, besides room scale locomotion. So you're going to start with Beat Saber, obviously. You should do all the games from the lab. So Valve's the lab application that you can download for free if we're talking about PCBR. That gives you like a really nice showcase of what VR games can be. Then, after you try some of that, you can even try like Vader Immortal because it has teleportation. So now you start playing games with teleportation. You get Rec Room because you can download that for free. Start it off with teleportation. And when you finally feel comfortable, like room scale doesn't have any impact on you. Teleportation doesn't bother you. You can turn Rec Room into free locomotion, so you can see how it feels to move around, see if that's making you nauseous. Then you could start moving up to other games like, you know, PopulationOne. But I have a video on this where I went into more detail and I kind of laid it out better than what I'm spewing forth right now. I'm on slow speed today. Let's see. Catching up. Tough break for virtual desktop. I know. It kind of like, I see the same thing. I feel like side quest is going to get destroyed and virtual desktop is going to get destroyed. And I don't know. It's always like they always play the game like, no, we're being really nice with side quests. We're being really nice with the developer virtual desktop. But they tried to buy the product from a while ago. I know you covered it recently on a video, but it's too hyped to not ask. Any more thoughts on Vertigo 2? Vertigo 2 is going to be awesome. That's my opinion. The demo is fantastic. Go download the demo, try it, and you'll know. It's fantastic. So let's see. Go from a Rift S to a Valve Index. That is a significant update. You'll notice that. You'll notice the update, definitely. Is the new update for Quest released? Yes, but it's a rolling basis. I can't tell you when you'll get it. You might get it today. You might get it 2 weeks from now. So, released. Yes. It's in the wild. I would say... Oh, yeah. Space Pirate Trainer for sure, Mike. Thank you, Light. Space Pirate Trainer is actually on my list of games for people to start with. It's my favorite wave shooter. I love it. It's a great introduction. For sure. That's one of the games I always use to introduce people to VR. Okay. Are tracking issues on Quest via Link due to low-spec PC? It's possible to throw things since they go backwards. It's impossible to throw things since they go backwards. Okay. So there were recent issues in version 27 on the Quest 2 that were wrecking the Link for some people. I haven't tested. Link in virtual desktop performance has apparently gone to hell for people in version 27. Some people, not all people. I don't know the scenario. I don't use virtual desktop or Link very often at all. I test it, I play with it. I just love my Valve Index experience better. A low-spec computer can definitely impact what's going on with Link and virtual desktop, and so could your Wi-Fi or a crappy cable. So, I can't say, yes, it's the PC, yes, it's this, yes, it's version 27, but those all can screw things up. All right. Dancing this music. It's probably too low. You guys probably don't hear it. Turn it up a little bit. Okay. Are you going to stream a Zenith Alpha in a few weeks? Yes. I'm in both alpha sessions and both beta sessions. I'm also trying to get the developers in for like a one-on-one type of experience like I did for Elysia. Okay. Depends on how well they implement the Airlink. I completely agree, Oni. There's also... The one other thing we don't know about is Oculus going to pull a move and say, oh yeah, the Airlink works natively, but doesn't work with Steam games. Now, the Link works with Steam games. Virtual Desktop obviously works with Steam games. But I can see Facebook pulling a move and being like, oh yeah, no, Airlink only works with officially supported Oculus Quest titles. So, Oculus PCBR titles. I could see them pulling that move, but... Again, we have to wait and see what happens. Zatch's story is one of legends. He's just an amazing developer for Vertigo. Let's see. Games where the average user is just brutal to newbies. I missed something. Anyway, how do you download games on App Lab to your headset? You just go to the website, and then you log in with your Facebook account, and then you click the game, and it's added to your account. It's like, kind of just like you use the Oculus website normally. That's how you do it. Oculus is mean. I mean, they're pushy business-wise. I mean, or Facebook is mean. They have a history of, monopolization and sketchy business practices, but you could always have the argument, well, who doesn't? Anyone who made it to the top, who doesn't? Microsoft, Amazon, all those guys. I mean, just because someone else does something bad doesn't mean you should excuse another person's bad behavior. That's called the what about argument. That's kind of like if a murderer was on trial and said, you know, well, what about O.J. Simpson? He got off. Or what about Charles Manson? He killed, you know, 20 people. I'm only accused of killing one. That doesn't matter when you're evaluating a specific individual or target. All those what about scenarios mean jack shit. Okay. What's going on with virtual desktop? So Airlink is going to be Facebook's official virtual desktop, their official streaming app, which is going to be built right in. So why would you pay $20 for virtual desktop unless it's significantly better? So we got to talk about 120 hertz. Again, like SideQuest isn't destroyed instantly. Virtual desktop won't be destroyed instantly either. But Facebook will just pick their market, pick, slowly. They can probably outdevelop those people. And the fact that it's built right in, it's pretty crazy. If you go back in time, and I think this is the Windows XP days, Microsoft got sued for including Internet Explorer in Microsoft. It could be XP, it could be a different version. Could be 98 for God knows how long we're going back. But they got sued for monopoly reasons for including Internet Explorer because this didn't give other browsers a fair chance. So just think how far we've come. Jam into this music. Anyway, okay, 120 hertz. Everyone's like losing their mind over 120 hertz, and I don't get it. The Oculus Quest currently struggles to do 90 hertz for most games and make them look nice. And you want to argue with me on that? Fine, but you're wrong. It struggles. You know, some games still have foveated rendering. There's really low texture quality still. There's texture popping, and this is at 90 hertz. Things aren't going to get better at 120 hertz, so most games won't be able to support it. If they do support it, they will be like the most simplistic of graphic games. So, you know, maybe Beat Saber will do it, and that'll be nice fluidity you'll see in Beat Saber. But at the same time, now you're going to cut your battery life, and the headset's most likely going to get hotter. Some people complain about heat on their Quest 2. Sometimes I feel it, but overall, I don't think it's bad. So I think you're getting a lot less than more. And then you say, well, what about PCBR? Now it'll compete with the Index. There's already a bandwidth issue on the link cable and virtual desktop. So there's a bandwidth and compression issue. So how are you going to get those extra 30 frames in there if you're already on bandwidth constraints? I mean, I don't get it. Unpopular opinion, but I don't freaking get it. Like, where's the benefit here? It's just so on paper they can say, yeah, we do 120 hertz too. All right. Catching back up on the chat. All right. It's not like there isn't precedent set by Microsoft in the 90s, kind of what we're talking about, and Apple in the 2000s to kill, you know, to include features to kill off other apps. Yeah. So I introduced people to VR with Serious Sam. Serious Sam is actually an incredible game in VR. That port is amongst the best in games. It runs fantastic. It's fluid. It's nuts. Do you any non-VR games? Yes. I play everything. I have every system in my house. I play everything whenever I have free time. I'm against you, Paul. I am against you. Okay. Let's see. Quest 2 or Rift S? Well, Rift S is discontinued, so Quest 2. Is Pirate Trainer on Steam? Yes, Space Pirate Trainer. Because I'm only seeing Space Pirate Trainer. Is there a Pirate Trainer? I only know of Space Pirate Trainer. Have you going to try the PopOne solos before lunch? Probably not. I don't know. I lost interest in PopOne. I had so many bad experiences with bad teammates that I kind of just gave up on it. And I like the faster pace. Look at me. I like the faster pace stuff from Hyperdash. It's like kill, kill, kill. I'm dead. I killed you back. I got you 3 times. Nah. And PopOne is like, I don't know. We spend 20 minutes looking for gear, and then we see people, and then the squeakers on my team start screaming and die, and they say the guy's hacking, and then I'm all alone and get triple teamed, not in the way I want to be triple teamed, and then it's over. Sad. I'm not that good at the game either. Like, I was getting okay, and then I got so frustrated and I stopped playing. Let's see. Humble Bundle, the sale's still running. There was great games for sale for like $15. My buddy Devin's game, Swords of Gura, is in there. It's worth, that game alone is worth $15. But there's also Borderlands 2 up in there. Lots of goodness. Let's see. What do you think about Deca Gear? Ronald. That was my dad's name. So, I am actually thinking Deca Gear might pull off a miracle. The more I see coming out of this company, the more I get impressed. The Deca Move was just like a smart little device. Makes sense. The fact that they're giving it away to people for free. You can use your cell phone or a tracker. I'm impressed. I think they have one major hurdle, and that's their controller tracking. If they can't nail the controller tracking, it's dead on arrival. It has to be at least better than the HP Reverb G2. If they can do that, they have a solid product on their hands. It has, built-in wireless game streaming. It has, pretty decent battery life, really high-end panels. It looks fantastic. I'm impressed. But they got to nail the tracking. That's where we're starting. Space Pirate Trainer is fantastic. It really is. What do you think the new HTC headset will be like? All right. The new HTC headset will be, I'm 3 minutes delayed on the chat again, will be expensive, sadly. It's going to be expensive. That's my guess. They're a hardware company. They can't sell at a loss or near cost like our friends do at Facebook. That's what it is. I'm expecting something at least the lowest $500, but probably even closer to $800. And I think they're going to go down the spec list of the Oculus Quest 2 and kind of just try and beat them out on specs. If they are really adventurous and do something amazing, they'll find a way to include standalone games in Viveport Infinity or discuss a cloud streaming service. That's my thoughts. Let's see. 7 days left on the Humble Bundle. Go get it. Go get it. This is why I'm switching the Deca Gear when it comes out. We'll see what happens. I'm pumped. I'm in communication with them. I really hope I have something to show you guys pre-launch. Let's see. Did I make a good choice purchasing the Quest 2 recently? I'm not going to knock anyone who purchased the Quest 2. It is the best bang for your buck. It is the best bang for your buck. I can say that a million times over. So I would not knock anyone who bought it. And most people don't care about Facebook issues, privacy, stuff like that. They just want a game, so that's fine. Okay. Quest 2 has 6 gigs of RAM total. It's not going to have huge text. Yes, it's not. It's not going to have huge textures. That's why you'll see games like a large game on the Oculus Quest is 10 gigs in size, and a large game on PCBR is 100 gigs in size, like Medal of Honor, Asgard's Wrath, HalfLife Alyx is not that big, but it's near there. So, that's mostly texture quality. And they're also, I think they're dedicated 2 gigs of RAM to the OS. So, yeah, you're on 4 gigs of RAM. And like higher end PCBR titles require like a minimum of 8 these days. Half-Life Alyx requires a minimum of 12, a weird number. And the ideal number is usually around 16 gigs. So yeah, texture quality. Well, Quest 2 is a solid headset. Let's see. Catching up on chat. If you have any game in the world turned into VR, what would you pick? I'm really hoping for a co-op RPG. I have one in my head that I swear I wish I could just mind control like a high-end development team and make this game. I have 2 games and I guarantee they would be freaking winners. I guarantee. We can go into that, maybe a little bit later. But I would kind of like to see a Gears of War in VR because I like the storytelling in Gears of War and I think the mechanics work really well. Gears of War is a cover shooter. So you would basically duck behind cover, pop up, kill some grunts, have a great time, maybe chainsaw some, throw a few grenades. I think the mechanics work really well in VR. And you know, I just like the storyline. I like that world. It's gritty. It's mature. I would love to see that in VR. Let's see. Deck Move does look great. You betray your fans. How do I betray my fans? I'm very... I guess, Paul, that's by me, like, saying, hey, Quest 2, thumbs up. No, I live in the gray. I will stop and point out the bad in anything and the good in anything. And I think that's, you know, like the most mature, appropriate approach to everything. Nothing is perfect. No one should be a frickin' fanboy because we make no progress that way. I wish everyone was working together, but that's not how the world works. I hate that things are divided. I hate the exclusives, yada, yada, yada. But I understand the reasoning for exclusives, and, well, I'm digressing. Okay. Let's see. Tracking better than the HP Reverb G2. Cosmos. The Cosmos was horrendous. But they've had enough time, and if you've been following the updates for the Cosmos, it's a lot better than launch. They've had a lot of time, so, you know. Oh, well, this is Deca Gear we're talking about. Okay. I know you repressed the HTC Cosmos, but it still needs to be mentioned. No, the Cosmos was total shit. Total shit, man, for sure. Let's see. The amount of stuff available in the workspace, the workshop for HalfLife Alyx is unbelievable. The BioShock the BioShock mod, I cannot express this. Like, I think my words aren't going to do it justice. It is better than these made for VR games that you go pick up right now. That is a free mod that you can get. It feels like a complete, full game. It's fantastic after you've completed HalfLife Alyx because it's new enough to still really enjoy. It's hours of content. And I spoke to the developer yesterday. He now has, like, I think 1,800 assets from the original BioShock in there. There's, they redid custom voice acting. It's top notch. It's insane. You really got to get that mod. Time Crisis would be pretty cool too. What do you think of Nvidia's CloudXR? So I looked into it a while ago. I mean, it looks like cool tech. I think a couple things, you know, there's a couple hurdles to cloud streaming that I always talk about. We've barely perfected, you know, the Airlink or local streaming in your own damn house. So, like, even Oculus's official information about the Airlink right now, they say, like, it's going to be dependent on your home Wi-Fi. And if your home Wi-Fi isn't 5 gigahertz and you're not 20 feet away from your router, it's probably not for you. So that same applies, just much worse to cloud gaming. Like, I say the maximum distance you should be from a data center is 200 miles. So there has to be a data center, like, everywhere for this to be good for everyone. And that's because of latency. That's a major issue. So I think in the future, eventually we'll pull it off, but they've been trying to do cloud gaming for so long now. I was a member of the original service called OnLive, and that was impressive tech back in the day, and it didn't survive. It just couldn't pull off what they wanted to. Stadia isn't doing great. GeForce Now is kind of cool, but again, you know, nothing really competes with that local experience. Battlin', what's going on? Glad to have you here, buddy. I caught up on chat. Could it be? Do you know any motorcycle VR games? No, I don't. The only time I've ridden a motorcycle in VR is playing Gang 5 or Gang V, which is an upcoming game that wants to be like Grand Theft Auto, which shows some promise but needs a lot of work. I wear glasses with all of my headsets. I print out bumpers that clip about the lens so that they can't accidentally bump against the lens. Okay, that's actually pretty important. Oni, though, you play a ton of games. Why don't you consider getting prescription inserts? I assume it's just the price that's too much. Dancing. Restream bot is people on Twitch or YouTube, vice versa. So it's carrying the message over for you. Oh, that's right. Technically, you could consider Runner a motorcycle game. That's right. I didn't think of that. So thank you. Thank you for regurgitating my own information back to me. Yeah, OnLive was laggy in the beginning, definitely. Let's see. When Mike return? I don't know. Where'd Mike go? 90 hertz, but I tried and it didn't let me using SideQuest. Didn't we answer this? Am I like getting old chat back? Let's see. Oh, you don't want to have to take them out. It's more that you don't want to have to take them out for other people. But the connected lenses are magnetic. Like, I can't remember the studio that asked me to sponsor them, but I said, listen, I don't wear glasses. I can't talk about your product because I can't use it. But they had magnetic inserts for the Quest 2 and everything. So they just go, pick, and then if someone else was using it, you just pull them right off. They're magnetized. Who the mommy bird then? What am I missing here? I'm the Papa bird. Let's see. Well, Jasper, 200 miles for you. See, like, okay, that could service your whole country, one data center. Here in America, that's not going to cut it because we're like, what, 2,400 miles coast to coast and all the nonsense in between. We don't even have broadband, you know, like high bandwidth download speeds in a large portion of this country, which is so sad. There are areas where people are getting 3 megabits down. You can't even watch like HD Netflix. Let's see. If I have some games in the Humble Bundle already, can I give them to others? Usually, Tyler, the answer is yes. Usually, they give you keys. So I believe yes, and I believe with this bundle, that is the case. What is your favorite native Quest 2 games? I got an answer for that. Jurassic World Aftermath and In Death Unchained. Those are my 2 favorite native Quest titles. Mateo is the thick bird. So, yes, I'm not bullish on short-term game cloud streaming, let alone VR cloud streaming. When the Evo guys say latency is good for remote tournaments, then I'll start to consider it. I mean, the latency is always going to be a concern. I mean, because you have a limit, and that's why I put this number of like 200 miles. You have the speed of light limit that no technology is going to surpass. But at the same time, you have a compression and a decompression that has to occur. The signal is compressed, which takes milliseconds. And then when it's received, we have to, open it back up, which also takes milliseconds. In the best compression algorithm and the best hardware in the world, you're still going to add some latency there. And those milliseconds really add up when it comes to VR. I mean, you want an experience that's at maximum 50 milliseconds delay, but some people, even 50 milliseconds can like lead to nausea. And you want to be something at like 25 milliseconds, which is really hard with transmission. You have the compression, decompression, whatever. My brain went to scuba gear. But, you're compressing and opening the file back up. So you have that occurring. And then you have the actual transmission time. And every bit of hardware it hits in the way has the potential to cause latency. So every switch it goes through, every bit of, network access, then it hits your router and then goes to Wi-Fi. These all add to the overall experience. And if you get something that's, latency at like 60 milliseconds, 100 milliseconds, you're done for. I mean, just think about, Go play an online game at 100 millisecond delay and see how that annoys you. That's just annoying. In VR, it's like Vomit Town. So 50 megabits is normal where you live. I mean, that's not a bad number for sure. Do you have a 24-hour stream coming? No, the 12-hour stream I don't see happening very often or like ever again. I needed my family to go away for me to be able to do it. I mean, the infrastructure in this country, I'm in the US, in general is terrible. When it comes to electrical, when it comes to our roads and our overall network infrastructure, it's horrendous in this country. We need a massive overhaul. I have gigabit internet, but I'm lucky. You know, I'm on the East Coast. Obviously, in New York City's right next to me. So this is an area where it's, you know, prominent, but a lot of the country, you're screwed. But again, though, it doesn't matter just bandwidth. You're still dealing with latency. You could have all the bandwidth in the world, which is great for downloading and watching movies and stuff like that. But when it comes to streaming, stuff that you have to interact with, especially VR, you need low latency. It's funny about Star Wars Squadrons. Did you say that, Rock? Star Wars Squadrons, like I've heard people like really come out against it, be like, "Oh, it's terrible. How can you like it?" And I get into Star Wars Squadrons with the HOTAS, and I'm just like, "This is total immersion. This feels so amazing. The graphics blew me away." And I played it in my VR chair, which, you know, is just a next level. And I'm just like, this is great. Like 2 hours of it, I'm like exhausted. And I'm just like, I feel like I was a real pilot. So let's see. New York for life, baby. What up, Kurt? Kurt representing Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Let's see. See, I played Star Wars Squadrons, but it sucked. I love the game, but I don't have a flight stick, so I had to use my keyboard, and that sucked. I used, you know, for a while I used my Xbox controller because when I'm using my VR chair, my HOTAS didn't reach the cable. So I played a lot using just, you know, my Xbox controller, and I thought it was a good experience. Okay, we're getting a massive overhaul in terms of infrastructure, providing that the spending bill passes in Congress. I know. Politics. I didn't want to mention it. I hope it passes. It's so necessary. Look what happened in Texas with the power grid. And they'll want to tell you that, oh, that's because of green power and stuff like that. It's nonsense. I'm getting political for 20 seconds here. Deal with me. Texas gets less than 20% of its power from windmills, and they could have been winterized. They let Texas play fast and loose with the companies. They only fix things when it breaks. So you had people die in Texas and freeze to death because of, you know, kind of a freak storm, which happened not too long ago in the past either, and they didn't fix anything. Anyway, we're moving on. Squadrons, see, Squadrons wasn't locked at 60 FPS. There was a weird dual rendering that was occurring. So, like, the cockpit rendered separately from the outside world. And that, and the outside world was occasionally rendering at 60 FPS and the inside at a higher resolution. And there were definitely some performance issues and render problems in the beginning with Squadrons, but at launch it was good for me. Then I got a 3090 and it actually got bad for me. And then they fixed things up again. So it's all over the place. Let's see. What's the next AAA PCBR game on your radar? And what's your next indie game you're looking for? There's really nothing AAA on the radar right now. You can't call Lone Echo 2 AAA. There's really... I mean, there's the rumors that Valve is going to announce some games soon, but just rumors. So there's really, like, nothing AAA on the radar. Indie, I would have to say, like, Vertigo 2. I'm really pumped about Vertigo 2, so we'll see how that turns out. Okay. What do you think? So, Jacob, we spoke about 120 hertz and Airlink already, but I'm ready to jump into this one more time. So this is my unpopular opinion. I kind of don't give a crap about 120 hertz or the Airlink. I want, first and foremost, my Quest to be fixed. Since version 26, my Quest has shit the bed. Version 26 wrecked my Guardian. Version 27, my games are stuttering and lagging. All I want out of version 28 is a working Quest 2. If it doesn't work after version 28, I am factory resetting my Quest 2, which will piss me off beyond belief. 120 hertz, I don't see as a big upgrade because most games won't be able to run at 120 hertz. They already suffer running 90 hertz to, look good normally. Plus, you're gonna, increase heat and decrease your battery life. If you're thinking about using it with the Link, there's already a bandwidth issue. So it's already hot enough to get the bandwidth needed for the 90 frames per second. There's already compression artifacts. It's only going to get worse with 120 hertz. I don't think it brings anything to the table. Airlink is kind of an FU to virtual desktop, and I think Airlink might actually not support Steam games. It's possible Facebook might do that. We'll see what happens. That would be a real jerk move. And I personally rather use my Index than virtual desktop. So for me, it means nothing. For other people, it's cool that it's built in, and it's nice that they won't have to pay 20 bucks on an app. So that's great. Good on them for that. All right, moving on. No, Matt will not talk politics on a podcast. That's not going to happen. Demio, I'm excited for too. Yeah, that comes out next month, May 6th, I believe. I'm definitely going to be playing that, so I'm excited for that. What would your ideal headset look like? It would go on your head, and it would have off-ear speakers and lenses and stuff. If you want to talk specs, I actually did a video on this. I want to increase the FOV just a little bit from the Valve Index. Don't go crazy. The Pimax, I think, go overboard, and that causes other issues. Increase the FOV a little bit, up the resolution a little bit. If you can maintain the lack of screen door effect and enhance the colors, so if you can go OLED with, a different pixel array so that you don't have a screen door effect, I'm all for that. The color contrast doesn't make a huge difference to me, though. But it would be nice. I know a lot of people want to see that. Audio quality, just preserve the Index. Get some wireless in there, built in. And that's about it. So it's like an upgraded Index is my ideal headset. I don't know. Green, what's going on? Welcome, buddy. Good to have you here as always. You crapped on your Quest 2. No wonder why it doesn't work. Did you see the video? I had bleach wipes right here, and we wiped it up good, and it's been working for months ever since. Maybe there was some leftover crap in there. Facebook. Airlink for everyone. $5 DLC to play Steam games. Honestly, if Facebook has it their way, they wouldn't even let you play Steam games. But they know they can't be over the top from the beginning, to be completely non-inclusive, because the backlash will be horrendous. So they just slowly crush things they don't like, or absorb them, or whatever they may be. So side quests will slowly go away because App Lab will overpower it. And virtual desktop, well, why are you going to pay 20 bucks if you can get something for free? Even if it's not as good, most people are going to go, but it's free. You cannot cut off the Steam library right now. You just can't, because the backlash would be insane. But trust me, they would if they could. They tried to block Revive in the past. They blocked Revive with an update, and the community freaked out. And then they were like, oh, okay. We'll not block it. Green, you never have to apologize for being late. Let's see. You had issues playing SteamVR on your Quest 2 last night. It was all messed up. Welcome to version 27. Lots of people have been saying that. You missed me rant about stuff, dude. I think I pissed people off. Maybe I spoke politics or something. A bunch of people left. Oh, man. Anywho. At some point, they will cut out custom songs in Beat Saber. I don't know. I get jitter in the home screen. That started in version 26 for me. Do you think the popularity of PopulationOne is dying down a lot? A lot of people I play with are now bored. And even Vape Life has said that he'll be maining Zenith. Well, I don't watch too many content creators because I'm super busy, so I'm not familiar with Vape Life. But I'm going to assume that's like a, one of the top tier PopulationOne YouTubers or streamers. It's just gonna make that assumption. That would be cool, I mean, Pop One, I know plenty of people. Like, Eric for President was streaming Pop One, and he was streaming, and he was all pumped about it, and then he just stopped. And I know he had his kid and everything, but he had his kid before that. But I'm talking to him, and he's just like, I'm bored of the game. It does nothing for me anymore. So maybe some people are there. Solos have the potential to revitalize it, but again, how much different is that going to be? Because when you watch these teams of 3, there's usually one person on the team who carries, and it's just insane. So now they're just going to carry and be insane anyway. So, Yo Marta, I think I missed the... Oh, no, it was a sub. I thought it was a subscription, but I wanted to give the thumbs up on that. Let's see. What new best game? We talked about that earlier, Paul. We can go sideways with that. But anyway, let's see. Keep in mind, Virtual Desktop gives you the ability to play VR with cloud... What? My chat move. Cloud computers. Yes, that's true. I know people have tested that. The latency is too high for me. It's too high for me. Even Virtual Desktop right now, as well as it's performing, and it's performing like phenomenal. I noticed the compression artifacts. I noticed the latency. It's not enough to make me like nauseous or anything now, but I notice it. Now, if you don't have another option, you're gonna like, it's gonna meld away. You're gonna forget those compression artifacts are there. You're not gonna feel the latency, and it's gonna be a great experience for you. But when you have another option of something that you prefer, it's like, forget about it. Green, we talked about 120 hertz a lot already. Yeah. Okay. Adventure Kids. Other people have also reported that for some reason they can't get on Wi-Fi. And I noticed when I was playing in Death Unchained, it was telling me, oh, no, your score didn't count because you're not on Wi-Fi. You can't get on the leaderboard. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm currently streaming to my PC for recording. So obviously I'm on my local network. Why are you saying I'm not connected? So yeah, I'm seeing that issue too. Did you nab the VR Spring Humble Bundle? I have most of those games, so I did not nail it. Okay. Let's see. I'm waiting for BMBF to catch up. I don't know what BMBF is. Let's see. Or anyway. The Valve Index is not available in Australia, which sucks. I know Green suffers from that too. Do you think it would be worth it for me to import it for about 300? No. Well, so I sent one to my buddy in South Africa. And here's the problem. In about a year, you'll probably break your controllers. Not everyone breaks their controllers, but a lot of people do. Valve has been really good at replacing the controllers. Good on them. However, you're not going to be able to get them replaced from Australia. So you're going to have to mail them to someone else. They're going to have to mail them. And then you're going to have to pay an import again, or, just the mailing fee again. And my buddy in South Africa, that price was insane. I think because he had to RMA his controllers and a cable. And I think at the end of the day, it cost $500 extra between the initial nailing the product to him and then the RMAs. So we're talking $500 in just mailing fees. That's insane. Hopefully Deca Gear is available in your area. If you're, if that's what you're looking for. You managed to watch 2 minutes of Vape Life before being utterly repulsed. Different strokes for different folks. I'm not familiar with them, so I can't comment. Toll Pelican 2. Let's see. Oh, nope. I'm just responding to the wrong thing. Have you played The Forest? I've played The Forest to death in flat screen. I've never actually played it in VR. So we spoke about recommending the Quest 2 earlier. It's an easy recommendation. It's the best bang for your buck for $300. It's a great introduction to VR. Personally, at this point, 5 years into VR, I want more and expect more, but that's my expectations. Your expectations are going to be much lower if you've never experienced VR, and you're going to enjoy it immensely. Let's see. Would you still... Let's see. I just answered that. Let's see. I missed something from Oni's. Let's see. Hello. I won. I won. Real President Donald J. Trump. Oh my God. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, Donnie. Yes, you did. You did a great job. It was a witch hunt for you for all those years, and it was a rigged election. And thank you for blessing me with your presence here. Let's see. Virtual Rage Master, what is going on? I like the name. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. What would be the scariest scenario you find yourself in for a VR game that you haven't already done? I don't know. I mean, it took me a while to get used to VR horror in general. I have no interest in trying Five Nights at Freddy's because I don't like jump scares. And I think that's just, the original game was all pure jump scares, so I have no interest. So being forced to play that is my nightmare scenario. 120 Hz is not going to make a big difference. I agree. I definitely noticed the compression artifacts in my Quest 2 compared to my Index. Not only do I notice the compression artifacts, I am definitely getting a lower resolution display. I know you can go in there and crank it up and increase the resolution output. However, if you crank it up to get, to the Index level, then performance goes to hell. Let's see. What's up, Tron? I'm your boy. You're my boy. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind on chat again. Whoa, I slowed down. I think someone here said they got version 28. Let's see. Yeah, I doubt there's going to be a lot of games that can really run at 128 hertz. I am excited for Green Hell. I'm definitely going to check that out because I was a fan of The Forest, so it looks pretty solid. You can self-fix the Index controllers. I know some people did it. Some people got a little scared and freaked out. Pimax has the Index controller bundled with some of their headsets. That's a decent option too for someone in Australia. Green's also in Australia, so that's another option for you. Yeah. Let's see. You mentioned 2 games you have made, co-op RPG and another game. I'm curious about the other game. Okay, here we go, guys. You can 100% steal this idea from me, send it to any developers, and if they make it, I'll be happy. I just say put my name in the credits. Take Until You Fall. Okay, it's in your head. You know how the game works. Forget the roguelite aspect of it, but just take the mechanics. Now, graphically change it to be a Batman game. Okay, it doesn't technically have to be Batman if you can't get the IP. Now it's a superhero game. And the combat is the same. You're going to be going in there, and instead of, you're going to be using your fists, though, mostly. And you're going to be dodging, countering, and it has that same type of mechanics. You also get a bunch of gadgets. And in between, you have different levels where you are, acting as the world's greatest detective, which was done really well in the Batman VR title. That, 40-minute experience. So you get that, do that, and you have some really cool animation in between. And now you have just a solid game. You could even do, a level or 2 where you're in the Batmobile or something like that. And you have a solid full-fledged game. You know, get someone to write a nice, 3-hour-ish storyline. Solid mechanics. Something I want to play. A lot of fun to play. And some people, even though like the roguelite is addictive, that you keep coming back for more punishment, some people kind of like progression a bit more, like a standard progression. So progress in the story, check it out, get better at the game. That's what I think would be a cool game. Okay. You get what you pay for. It does apply to the Quest 2. That's true. There's a lot of potential in older games. I would play OG Halo. I don't know. People mention Halo. It doesn't do it for me. Let's see. I mean, like, I enjoy Halo. I just don't think Halo would be this ideal VR game. Yes, 120 hertz is going to have that impact. Let's see. What's the best third-person perspective VR game? I would probably say Hellblade. Hellblade, and then also, what's his name? Astrobot. Super hot. Why are we saying super hot? All right. Okay, that would be awesome. I assume you're talking about my Batman game. Writes it down. Make Batman game. Hi, Mateo. As I bought a Rift S, my chat moved again, in the middle of last year, I wanted to use it with my PC with a 2070 Super. Would a Quest 2 be worth the upgrade, or do you think you should wait for a newer model? If you're interested in standalone, get the Quest 2, but it's not going to be a big upgrade from your Rift S for PCBR. Actually, right now, people with version 27 are experiencing a lot of issues connecting over the link or even virtual desktop to play PCBR games. I'll probably change in the next update, which is rolling out now, but I don't think it's an upgrade for PCBR. I have a Rift S. I have a Quest 2. See, look, my Rift S is, you don't believe me? You don't believe me? How dare you question me? It is right here. This is the dustiest of my headsets. Actually, the Quest 1 is right now. I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. Matt. What? I got moves. All right. Trover I haven't played. Halo VR mod is available, I think. I'm tired today, guys. Have you seen Against? Against looks awesome. It was in my news video on Monday. If you had to own only one VR game, what would it be? I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, my head goes to Alyx because it's a great experience and there's just a million things on the workshop now. So probably that, or maybe Pavlov for like the same reason. Pavlov's always fun to play. It's online multiplayer, and then there's just a ton of stuff in the workshop. So Rift S, I believe, is OLED. Yeah, I believe so. I could be wrong. It's hard to remember sometimes. How dare they question Mateo? What's up, flat screen? Stevie, what's up? You hate the Rift S? I think, okay, you think Pimax, Sweet Viver is doing a live stream today with some news. Okay. You're out of focus. I gotta shut off autofocus. Hi. Do I look better? Thank you. Let's see. Great channel. Keep up the cool VR, gamer enthusiasm. All the best. Okay, thank you, Matt. I do appreciate it. By the way, guys, if you're not a member of my Discord, I'm going to drop a link right now. Join, because I think tomorrow, Friday, I'm going to do Falcon and the Winter Soldier in Rec Room. Not Rec Room. In Big Screen. I mix those up for no reason sometimes. So I'll drop a link in my Discord. I can fit 12 people in. My bandwidth will allow 12 people. That's the max I can go. Well, it's the max Big Screen lets me. Maybe if I pick a different room, I can go higher, but I think 12 is the max. So join my Discord. I also do monthly giveaways there. So, you know, just for being a member, I give away game keys. So join the Discord because you should. And then I'll send the link sometime Friday morning-ish or afternoon, or We're all different time zones. And it'll say, hey, I'm doing big screen Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Come join me. And if you talk during it, whatever. I don't care. Okay. How to change FOV? You can't change the... oh, well, if we're talking Pimax, you can. Rift S is not OLED? Okay. I know for sure the Vive Pro is OLED. I know that. I got punched because I made a mistake. You are the best. Thank you. I'll take it. My eye's twitching. Let's see. So you can change the FOV on the Pimax in the PyTool software. Other headsets, there's really no way to change the FOV besides getting your face closer to the lens. So just, like if there's a thinner face pad, that'll get you a little bit closer to the lens and increase your FOV. But in truth, you know, there's no real way to change your FOV. If you have a eye relief adjustment, that'll move the screen back and forth. That has a small impact on FOV. How to breathe, how to die. I don't know. I think I'm doing one of them right now. Let's see. What is going on? Okay. Hey, did Pimax say they were going to fix the audio on the 8KX in future updates? I'm in communication with Pimax. I was testing an 8KX. I didn't have the most positive opinion on it. But I know there's updates to the audio coming. And they said that, I always forget, you know, the KD Mass audio strap, and there's two different ones. But the off-ear one is supposed to be really good. And they said it has like 90-something% the range that the Valve Index speakers have. So that'd be cool. I'm tired today, guys. I'm sorry. What's up? What is that? So Terry? Hi. How much do you love the Quest 2? I mean, if you're familiar with my channel, I think it's a good product. I think it's a great introduction for VR and an amazing bang for the buck. But I use my Quest 2 10% of the time and my Index 90% of the time. It just doesn't do it for me. 5 years in the VR world, I just expect more, and the Quest just doesn't really cut it for me. Yes, I am Italian. Si. Io sono. So, do you recommend Into the Radius? I haven't tried it, unfortunately. Matteo is the mafia boss, yes. Yeah, a lot of people like to come in and tell me my name's Italian. Hey, Matteo, just got a Quest 2, but I find myself getting motion sickness. Any good ways to help? Okay, for sure. Here's the main thing about motion sickness. You can't force yourself through it. So if you try and overpower it, it's going to have a negative impact on your progression. So if you're playing something, the second you feel motion sickness, you have to take the headset off and take an absolute minimum break of 15 minutes. You have to get motion sickness, like you have to bring yourself to the second you feel it and then just bounce. It's not like, weight training, push yourself hard and you'll get better. No, it does not work that way with motion sickness. So the second you experience it, you have to be out at least 15 minutes, preferably longer, and get micro doses until you start, getting used to it. I also recommend that you play a lot more games that don't use free locomotion. So play room scale games, your Beat Saber, your Space Pirate Trainer, your games like that. Then play games with teleportation. You could do that with Vader Immortal or even Rec Room, use teleportation. And then if you feel comfortable with teleportation and room scale, then try those free locomotion games again in micro doses. Also, you can try supplementing something like ginger. Ginger has been known to have a positive impact at reducing motion sickness. And if it's really horrendous, you could go as far as go to CVS and get Dramamine or something, but that might make you tired and sleepy, so you might not want to do that to yourself. Plus, you don't want to dose up every time you plan to play your Oculus Quest. So those are last resorts. Okay, catching back up. Yeah, I mean, some people are giving me the same advice here. Some people say use a fan for sure too. A fan blowing on some people helps a lot, yeah. I noticed that the only time I ever really get motion sickness is in seated games. So standing games are always better for me, but we're all, you know, none of us are the same. Let's see. All right, my Italian's terrible. But you are proper Italian or live in another city? I'm not proper Italian. I think that's what I'm translating it correctly to. I grew up in New York City, and I, you know, barely speak Italian. My family, when they came here, I'm actually third generation Italian American. So like our roots are kind of gone. My grandma came to this country as a baby, and my other grandma was actually born in this country. So, you know, it's third generation at this point. When they had kids, there was still like stigma against Italian Americans, so they never spoke Italian outside. You know, they kind of were raised like, no, don't speak Italian outside. And then because, you know, people like, oh, you know, the Italian immigrants are stupid. They don't speak the language. Just can't understand, you know, if you only spoke Italian. So there was this stigma, and they didn't speak Italian. They didn't speak Italian outside, and at this point, no one really speaks Italian anymore. Let's see. Best consumer OLED headsets: Vive Pro, Pimax XR. What's that? And Oculus Quest. So, I mean, yeah, the OLED doesn't really do much for me. Screen door has a greater impact on me than the color difference. Again, for me, the dress is white and gold. We're going to tell this story again. Let's see. Did you have a favorite part of the 12-hour stream? All of it. Like, all of it. Pedro, what's going on? Welcome. The whole freaking thing was amazing. Like, every second of it. I loved having Anna Byrne on. She was adorable. Her content is amazing. She's really cool. And I just like hanging out with her. Playing with Steve and Beardo was fantastic. I've never played with Benjo or Ben. I've never played with him before, and I felt like we are kindred VR spirits. Obviously, hanging out with virtual, Between Realities. Those guys are awesome. Alex and Skiva, those are my dudes. I talk to them every day. My buddy Devin, playing some Swords of Gara with him is always fun. I love chilling with Devin. Meeting you guys in VR chat was so much fun. I gained so much more appreciation for VR chat. I like doing the full body. That was an amazing experience, and some of you guys are so cool, so hanging out with you guys was a lot of fun. Even doing the new VR news like late at night and ramping through some stuff was cool. So I liked every second of it. So Ben, I am definitely looking forward to the Deca gear for sure. Do you put your cable overhead? You're talking about the pulley? I don't really use it anymore. I'm so annoyed at myself because I have a new really cool pulley system that I want to set up, which looks fantastic, but every time I watch the installation video, it's work, and I'm just like so busy, and I'm like, I don't want to start this project and have shit hanging and not finish it. So I have VR wire system. It's actually on the shelf. You can't really see it. It's right boop where my finger is. And I have this wire system that I'd love to set up, and I feel so bad because someone sent it to me, but I just never get around to it. If you're ever watching, dude, you could come to my house and set it up. I'll feed you, give you some beer. Hey, we got a donation. Didn't catch the 12-hour live, but watch it after the fact. Good work. Loving the content, man. Catch you in game for sure. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for the donation. I'll come up in a second. I really appreciate it. I gave all my donations on the 12-hour stream to my mods. Well, technically, I didn't give it to them yet, but I am giving it to them. Let's see. Hi, can I share some dark humor? I don't know about that, man. Let's see. Catching up. Will Deca gear be able to surpass the Quest popularity? No. No. It's because it's still just PCBR. It's niche. No. It's not standalone, so no. No! I said no! I recently bought an Oculus Quest 2 and a link cable. And I'm going to play, and it's lagging. Hi. Welcome to version 27 of the Oculus Quest. Lots of people are currently experiencing really laggy Oculus Link scenarios right now. So when you get version 28, see if it resolves, and we'll go from there. Because a lot of people, virtual desktop and link cable is screwed right now. And in the near future, you can try the Airlink when you get version 28. Let's see. It made me go by StudioForm VR and play Pool 3. Pool 3, and then words, and then I'm trying to read. So VR pool, I'm assuming relaxing. Okay, I'll take it. From the available info, I would consider the Decagear a Quest competitor. Why would you consider it a Quest competitor? Oh, not. Read, Matt. Hold on. I'm going to get one more for that. Okay. Yeah, it's not a Quest competitor. The day after you set up the pulley system, the index wireless adapter will be announced. Maybe I should set it up right now then. But you're probably right. Okay. Pimax XR. Which is XR? Is an OLED OLED Pimax 5K Plus. Thank you. But it's 2560 by 1440p at 80 something hertz. Womp womp womp. Okay. No, Decagear isn't going standalone. Decagear has a built-in. They have a built-in chip, but it's meant for just streaming, game streaming from PCBR. It's not a standalone. You got version 28. Good on you, my man. How's it going? Did you test it, Thomas? Is it working? Do we like it? Lucifin, that's not a command. You're trying to be sneaky and punch to the side to see if I dodge it, but no, that command isn't set up. I don't think it is, at least. Okay, I can't wait for the HTC announcement. That's coming pretty soon. That's coming next month. I don't know what impact that's going to have. I think it's going to be expensive. You sure Index could even have wireless added to it? Why not? Well, I mean, why not? The Vive did it. The Vive Pro did it. Why not? If you're saying it's because 120 hertz, you could, well, Quest says they're going to stream at 120 hertz. They're going to have the same issues. Like, the question is, why not? It's definitely doable. Yeah, I have problems with the link that I don't get with virtual desktop. Makes a little sense to me. Heavier requirement, don't know why. Yeah, that makes no sense either. But my buddy Steve knows. He actually tested his Oculus Link cable before the version update and then again after the version update. This was version 27. And his bandwidth was cut in half on the same cable. So, yeah, there's an issue. You don't even know how the wires connect? Here, let me show you. So this is how the Vive and Vive Pro did it. So right here is your connection for power, and USB, and display. All of those are run through this single cable. So this cable would pop out and be replaced with a shorter cable, which would run to some adapter that you would assumedly plug in here or on top or whatever makes sense, and it would have a battery in it. And that's how it works. So it's just a one cable replacement and the actual wireless adapter. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. You see, I'm even walking slow today. Tired out from this crazy video, the Mateo bot. I'm tired out from this crazy video I did with Grumpy Duck yesterday, I guess. Let's see. Anyone watching Guns N' Roses on Quest later? I am not. That Mateo command laughed my ass off. What command did I miss that made us laugh? I don't know why. Hype for HTC. Leaked image on the HTC blog under black cloth looked big. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't believe the 120 hertz is officially confirmed for streaming. If you read the verbiage 6 times over, you don't get an answer. So, the swag walk, that was the lazy walk. I'm tired. Yeah, it's a wireless adapter would have DisplayPort out. That's it. Yeah. I ran the calculations, and if you could somehow connect a Vive wireless adapter to the Valve Index, it would work fine up to 120 hertz. 144 would have more compression. Okay. So, good on you for doing math. I believe you based on our previous conversations on stuff. And I actually saw online something similar talking about the compression rate. Now, remember, though, the Vive wireless adapter uses different technology. It doesn't use Wi-Fi. It uses the, 50 gigahertz signal, which can't shoot itself through paper. But, it's a very strong signal. And I did previously use it for my Vive and Vive Pro. And I loved it. I thought it was an amazing solution that worked pretty much flawlessly. Are there any VR peripherals you're looking forward to? Coming out? No, but I do have a review of the... It's right there. I do have a review of the Haptics vest coming out Friday, and I really like the vest. I really do. If you just finished Alyx and Boneworks, Nicholas, what you need to do is go download the BioShock mod for HalfLife Alyx and play that, because that's gonna rock your socks off. Is that an expression? It's gonna be good. I'm getting tired. We're gonna be calling it soon. It's the Wednesday walk. Let's see. Do you think that Oculus App Lab is moving in the right direction? Yes, I do. Vertigo Remastered. Why are we yelling out game names? Looks awesome. Is chat just weirdly delayed sometimes? Oh, what should he play next? The delay in brain processing. Yeah, play Vertigo Remastered or just the Vertigo 2 demo. Yeah, play that for sure. I upgraded my PC to AMD. Great, except the X570 motherboard are incompatible with Vive Wireless. Yeah. They've had the wireless incompatibility forever with AMD for whatever reason. Yep. I figured it out battling. Took me a minute. The BioShock mod is definitely a lot more difficult, and they actually recommend you play it on easy. It's a lot more difficult. So I would believe that foveated rendering needs to work well for Valve Steam Mixed Wireless Adapter. Foveated rendering can definitely help hide the artifacts. So if they, the compression goes with, but I don't know if they can pull that off. Chat is always delayed. Okay. Have you played Swarm yet? I'm a community manager for Green Sky Games. So I've been playing Swarm for 3 months now, since January. And I've, played through the whole game more than once. If you go on the Swarm YouTube channel, you'll see me pop up. You'll hear my voice on a bunch of videos. The majority of the videos on the YouTube channel were created by me and Steve Knows. So, yes, I've played Swarm. Let's see. So, Vive wireless adapter used the WiGig. Index needs WiGig 2. Okay, new standard. Whatever it takes. So AMD is the one that's historically had issues with the Vive wireless adapter. Is Stormlands any good? Stormlands didn't blow me away. I was playing it with Revive, and Revive didn't allow for co-op. So that kind of puts a damper on the game. Overall, I thought the storyline was kind of cool, but I lost interest, so it didn't do it for me. Your unholy opinion is 8 out of 10. I mean, I thought some aspects of it were pretty cool, but overall, it's forgettable for me. I remember Defector more than I remember Stormland. Green, back in the day, Revive didn't work with co-op. You would keep getting disconnected. And because of Stormland, they actually learned to fix it. It was one of the titles that kind of pushed them to fix it. Let's see. I Revive, but I never noticed that issue with co-op. No, that hasn't been an issue for a very long time. That hasn't been an issue for a very long time. And it wasn't in all games. It had something to do with a chat check-in, I believe. Like a voice chat check-in. So the game would actually check if you're connected to voice chat, and if it notices you're not there, it kind of drops the connection between you and the co-op player. I think it was something about that, if I'm remembering correctly. And they eventually resolved it. But, like, when I was trying to play, when the game was new, you couldn't. I'm excited for After the Fall also. Definitely excited for that. Oh my god. I have yanked the cord into Oblivion, and I've basically done like almost a backflip. And before I redid this basement, I used to have carpet down here. And one day, on my original OG Vive, I pulled the cable from the breakout box. Totally separated it. That sucked. Another time I was playing Space Pirate Trainer, and I'll give you a visual representation in slow motion. So, well, first I'll tell you, I stepped on the cable, it yanked my head back, and I fell. I'll show you. We'll do a replay in slow motion. So, pew pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew pew. Step on cable, walk. And then I was like, pew pew pew, pew pew pew. That's what happened to me. I mean, it just wiped me out. Oscar moment. All right, everybody. I think we're getting ready to call it. I am exhausted today for some reason, and I have to head to the gym. This is going to be a rough day. So, but thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Don't go just yet. Let's just talk about some stuff. Okay? Oh, the replay. You did the wrong replay, my man. You had to do replay Brio. You're too late. You're too late. It's close though. So before we go, guys, thank you, Kurt's dropping the support command. I do appreciate you guys have been hanging out with me. Just go check out the channel. Also subscribe on Twitch if the command ever wants to work. There we go. Also subscribe on Twitch, guys, because I'm not going to be doing these on YouTube a lot, and these are going to be much more prominent on Twitch. I'll reserve YouTube for special occasions, game launches, and stuff like that, but I'm going to be doing these weekly on Twitch. You love the gun noises. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. My 2-year-old daughter does great sound effects. I love her. But yeah, so guys, thank you for being here. The pleasure's all mine. If you want to support me, there's some links. I will drop my Twitch info too. I mentioned it, but go follow me there too. Join the Discord. We do monthly giveaways just for anyone who's hanging out there. And for all you crazy people who donate, you're nuts, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. If I ever do this full time, I'm gonna have to rely on you guys. So thank you very much. VR on Twitch seems to be picking up a lot of momentum. Good to hear. Okay, guys, thanks. It's been a great day. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. And this is when I hit the end screen.